All right. Trying to mess around with more PIJ. It's probably just gonna be polishing some stuff. It's mainly this here. So let me. Yeah, it's right there. Trying to remember the layout of this. So it's this that we need to work on. Let's see here. How we're gonna make this? Well, this does look pretty cool. This is the kind of like lesser part here and here. We'll definitely have to mess around with this a little bit. Actually, hold on. Uh, do that. All right, that's fine. Yeah, everything else looks a little better. All right. Yeah, because I might mess around with this a little bit because it doesn't really look all that good, especially the glow. The glow actually does not look good, so I want to get rid of it. Actually, we can do it this way. Kind of speed this up. A little more productive here. Get rid of it. What did I do? Dang it. There it goes. Delete. Thank you. I accidentally deleted all start positions. I don't think I had any. Alright, there we go. So it looks like this. Alright. And then we'll add more to that. Jeez. Alright. This is a spider. Alright, cool. So what can we add to this that will make it look a little better? Oh, it's on 5. Okay, put on 4 then. Kind of polish this up a little bit. What would match this? Maybe we can come up with another vine design. Maybe something like this. Kind of just slap that around. Yeah, we could probably just slap that around. Let's get the green, and let's get just more green. There's the green. There it is. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. You can do it this way. Actually, I think that looks really cool. And then kind of just do this. How does that look? That's interesting. Well, that for sure matches the feel a lot better. Okay, so that's that part. Let's see how that looks without this. You know, actually, that matches the theme better. Matches it a lot better, in fact. Okay, we're going with that then. So we'll kind of just slap this on here. Let me just move this up. All right. Oops. Put that there. I'm actually going to put this behind the tree. Oh, actually. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Get rid of this line here. Get rid of this. Yeah, I got rid of the entire thing. That for sure looks better. Yeah, that definitely looks better than what I did. Yeah, this looks better for sure. All right, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say because this did not look good. As much as I worked hard on it, yeah, it just didn't look great. Let's get rid of this part. Move this down. Just kind of just slap it onto there. Move this over. And paste that over like this. Yeah, that definitely looks better. And then I just gotta retexture. I gotta retexture the trees. But I think this is gonna look kind of cool. Yeah, because this pixel vine design just it ain't it ain't it. Yeah, it's not it, Chief. All right. Let's see here. So we want to move this. Once again, it's just gonna be polishing this these parts. So this is probably not gonna be too interesting since I'm literally working on the same parts I just did. But because of how poorly they looked, I'm gonna mess around with them a little bit, especially the two ship parts. The two ship parts look pretty bad. So okay, move this over and then do this. I definitely have ideas. You can tell I have ideas. It's just putting them into the game is a different story. It's definitely a little bit tricky. Put it over like this. All right, that should be it. As far as this goes, I'm going to move this up just slightly. Just to match it. So it looks kind of like that. Then obviously, excuse me, we want the same color that we did, which was this. Piece this down slightly. That's right about there is good. And then get rid of these pieces. Oh yeah, that definitely looks better. Sick. Yeah. Yeah, that for sure looks better. All right. Actually, that is a little bit of a mess right here. We can get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. This looks kind of cool. What the heck did I just do? Oh, okay. Move this one over a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little better. And then kind of mess around with this a little bit. Is that connecting? It is not. It is not connecting. Okay, let me make sure that connects. Okay, yeah. And then I want that one on B2. What is this? I have no clue what that is. Where's the blending? That's not blending. Um, uh, is it actually through here? Is it this? Base detail. Um, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Actually, we can kind of mess around with this a little bit. Kind of just like move this over slightly. We just move it over to about there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That looks better. All right. So we have this part, which is a copy of this. So we can just kind of just reverse this and obviously mess around with it a little bit because it's not going to copy perfectly. We need to move this down slightly. Obviously to there. And as for this part, move this down slightly. Turn it around like this. I'll do. And then as for this, I'll just move this down. Turn it slightly. Yeah, that'll do. All right, and get rid of this. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Nice. All right. So now these parts. I did not mean to do that. Okay. We need this. Try this. Turn it just slightly because it looks kind of odd. Move it over slightly like this. These building videos are more or less just chill. Yeah, more or less just chill videos. Just like, we'll grab a drink and just watch me just try and build at least somewhat decent things. uh, sure, it may not turn out that great, but hey, at least I'm improving. Because I could be doing way worse right now. Oh, jeez, I could be doing way worse. Jeez. You see my older builds? Like, holy crap. Especially, like, some of my older videos. Like, I literally said in one of my videos that, like, one of my layouts or, like, one of my levels was, like, rate worthy. And I'm like, oh, no way. No way that thing is rate worthy. I barely even did anything. Alright, do this. And then that's a pretty good shape, I suppose. Well, yeah, obviously I got to change the color of it, but we'll get to that. Let's go ahead and copy that. Move it up slightly, just so it connects. Okay, how does that look? Okay, we definitely got to put a little bit of connectors, but yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. All right, get the colors, and then get rid of these here. Get rid of that because it looks bad. All right, there we go. That looks a little better. When I mean a little better, like a little better, I mean that looks a lot better. All right, what did I do? Let's move this over slightly. I'm gonna have to put this behind. And kind of just move this over slightly as well. Keep the kind of vine thing going on here. Put this on YouTube. There we go. So you can kind of tell that it does connect to the spikes. That actually is kind of a cool effect. All right, that's pretty neat. So we got that. Now we need to mess around with this here. Oopsies. I'm just going to start messing around with these. Do this, and then kind of just move this over. Look here, and then move this over just a little bit more so we can get this one. This over a little bit. By the way, no Pixelmon tonight. Yeah. Nah, no Pixelmon tonight. I'm kind of getting a little burned out. I kind of saw that one coming. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of burned out a little bit. I'll play more probably tomorrow. Partially because I got like legit nothing to do tomorrow, so I might as well. Put this over here. Select both, move them down. Oopsies. Select this part and then move it up a little bit more. Get rid of that annoying piece. And that's similar to what I did here. And obviously that is green and green. And it is reversed. No point of overcomplicating this. Do need to get rid of this, however. Actually, no. We can do this a little differently. Move this down. Just a little bit. Move that. Kind of just move this over. So we do like something like this, and then we kind of just move this over. So it touches that point. Okay. We do need to move this up slightly because it's kind of getting in the way. Move it up like this. Move it up and then do that. Yeah, I think we can do that. Get rid of these and these. That should do it. That's pretty sick. I'm actually really curious how that's gonna look. Okay, let's go ahead and select all of that and put that to B2. So it goes behind the trees. All right, that is pretty cool. Let's see how that looks in normal mode. Hope for sure looks better. Still an extremely difficult part. That spike looked weird. Oh, it's just my, it's the portal. Oh, or the attempt counter. I thought it had a little bit of white in it. Fudge. All right. Oops. Almost dropped my headphones on the floor. That would have been a massive fail. All right, so that is massive progress on the vertical ship part, which obviously was one of the main kind of bad parts. So at least we got that one done. Okay, now as for this one, probably not going to work on this too much. Um, what I'm probably going to do on this part is, let's see here actually, because I'm thinking about doing more of these. Kind of messing around with it a little bit to give it kind of like that mossy feel. So like something similar to this. I might lean towards this here. So like I do something like this. Yeah, so I do like something similar to this. And then obviously I colored this all like green and purple. And then I give it like a an offset or whatever. Or not an offset, but a like kind of like an alpha trigger thing. Where it's like slightly transparent. I want to see how that looks actually. Let's get a couple of colors. Let's get to, oh, we already have a dark green. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I want to get some dark colors. So let's get another darker green. So like something like that. So then you can kind of see what I'm actually looking for here. Okay, we need a new group. Let's put a 12 on it. Or put it right where this 11 is. So right about there is fine. 12. And the opacity is going to be 65. Fatum of 0. Alright, let's see how that looks. It's getting there. It's for sure getting there. Let's try 40. Oh, that is a lot better. That is definitely a lot better. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah, that is for sure a lot better. Because the thing is, the block design was super bland, so it didn't really look good. This is kind of cool. What I did with the vines there. Nah, I'm keeping with this design for sure. I'll just have to uh make it not so sloppy. It does look kind of sloppy, and I need to mess around with the saw designs, and also add probably some ground spikes too. We'll see. Um, but I think that's good, at least for now on that part. Let's see how that looks. Wish me luck, because this part's hard. This is probably one of the hardest parts of the level, at least so far. Alright, that looks pretty cool. I like it. It's simplistic. It's a simplistic fix for sure, but it definitely looks better. Alright. So now that we got that part done, now we need to start working on, this is kind of alright for now. This is the big problem right now. Yeah, this is another part that is not great. So let me actually ditch this part here. Let me ditch this, because this does not look good. This is just a waste of gosh darn objects. And let's actually think of a different background. So get rid of that entirely, because it does not look good. Oh yeah, I was kind of experimenting a little bit here. So what's the design that I've got going here? Okay, so it's like, okay, that's interesting actually. Is that glow? What even is that? I think that's glow. Why does it? Why does it look like that? That's weird. I thought I messed around with this. I don't know if that's glow or not, but it doesn't look good. Whatever it is. I just realized this. Yeah, whatever this does not look good. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. I think it's supposed to be this glow, but it just overstacked. Let me yeah, it is. Yup, sure is. And all of these are the spikes. I see. Okay, I see what I was getting at there. So that's why it looked weird. It just didn't have the right color. Yeah, that's why it looked weird. All right, let me fix this first. This is more or less just gonna be a kind of fixing episode because some of these decorations that I did not look good whatsoever. Like these, for example. I designed this a little ways back, so I think it was back when I was still doing the temple part, the one with the saw blade. Yeah, I think I was still working on that. So, all right, there you go. That's a lot better. All right. Okay, now we need to mess around with the background here. Um, I'm thinking more of these that make it like saturated. Let's hold on. Let's try this. Okay, placing that. All right. We need these. Hold on. Let's try this. Hmm, not really a big fan of that. Let's do okay. Let's do something like this. Do that. And then we want these reversed like this. No, screw that design. Um, let's try. Let's try that. Ah, here we go. So then do that. How does that look with green? That is weird. Well, it for sure works. Let's do something like this to kind of surround the thing. I'm not. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. So if you're like Dark Sage, what are you designing? Don't ask. I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. I just work here. I'm just being brutally honest. Um, try this, this, and this. Okay, that is actually kind of cool. And we just kind of have that moving around. Maybe spinning. Let's give that the green. That's gray dark. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then we'll just kind of paste that in there. Let's give it a new group, just so it doesn't get in the way. Let's put it to 3, because I don't think anything's on 3. Oh no, there's plenty of things on 3. Okay, 4 then. Yeah. So 4 is good, and then we'll put it like, I guess, at the start of it. So we'll put it like here. And I'm actually gonna scale this up. Oh my gosh, that's huge. So then you kind of see it spinning in the background. So let me give it a new group of 13. And I'm going to put a move trigger about here. Move time to 0.5 needs to move very little. So like about, I'd say about 20. Her group 13. So should realistically do that. Oops. And then I want locked object rotation degrees 360. Follow mode. Target group of a 13. Move time of 0.75. Let's see if that works. I doubt it, but let's give it a try. Get all the start positions. Let's see how this works. Gonna have to make it a little less lighter, just so it doesn't get in the way of the gameplay. Oops. Okay, that looks really poor. Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, do this. Give this not 13. Let's give it 14. So it needs the center group 14. Yeah, I was gonna say because I'm making it confused what I want it to do. Target ID. I'm just looking at this right now. Move time -1. Uh, oops. Okay, that's just not even moving. I think I'm making it confused. It's just a hunch. I think I'm making it confused because it's not even turning. Okay, we're gonna ditch that idea until I figure that out. Let's see here. Trying to figure this out. Well, obviously this has got to be more than 20. We're gonna put this about like 50. Um, and we obviously need this lighter. This is way too, yeah. All right. No, this is already on 13, so we need to go back over here. We need to turn that off. Go over there. Don't give it that. Put it on 13. Get rid of that, and then go back over here, right where that mood trigger was, which is right here. Which unfortunately I just accidentally assigned to what looks to be group 13. I'm not very good at creating, as you can see. Yeah, I definitely put it on group 13. Yeah, of course I did that. Jeez Louise, every time. Put it on 40. Oh, no. Okay, that should work. Okay, that just did not look good. Lock to player. Man, it looks really bad. Put it on 1.5. How about that? Kind of make it go a little further. And then obviously this mood trigger needs to go here because that is showing up way too fast. Dang it. Yeah. It needs more stuff to it, but I can only really do so much because the rotate trigger is not wanting to work. Um, might have to look at a tutorial how to use some of these triggers so I can actually do what I want this thing to do because it just moving across the x-axis and access, geez, is kind of boring. So it is not it doesn't make this look very good. So let's just say that. Yeah, it just doesn't make it look very good. Let's put this mood trigger right in the center where that was. So right about there. Yeah, because I want it to, I want it to rotate like around, but it's not wanting to work. Okay, that's looking okay. Put this here instead. Let's definitely needs more move time. That is the wrong trigger. We need to add. it doesn't matter. 3. And then the alpha trigger needs to be right here. This is another 13, and it just goes away. Okay, that just stopped. Obviously, that is not what we want. Oops. Come on, you can do it part. It's not hard. There we go. Gosh, I hate struggling at the beginning. It's really not difficult. Especially because I recently nerfed that. Oh yeah, I nerfed the beginning. It was way too annoying. Yeah, the gameplay was, I would actually say, was more annoying than difficult. So it was a little bit buggy too. Especially with this transition right here into the yellow orb. Just, it wasn't flowing very well. It's just how I placed the spikes. Alright, that looked a little better. That ship part's not looking good. This one looks a lot better now. Yeah, at least we got that one fixed. This one's not looking good though. But this one's looking alright, and this is looking alright as well. So we fixed these two. These were not looking very good. They look a little bit better. Obviously this looks cool. This looks really cool. This is gonna have these platforms are gonna move. They're gonna like sway to side, which I have pulled off before. I've done that with the little axes for fractured flames. I did the exact same for the axes. It didn't look great. It was a little bit. It was a little bit stuttery, but it definitely I can get that thing to swing for sure. I just named it physics or whatever. Actually, let me try and find that. It's right here. Say, I did technically do it, but it just looks really weird. That first one looks good. That first swing looks decent. It's just this needs to be a little faster. Yeah, but that first swing looks decent. But then once you get to the second swing, it doesn't look great. So you can tell I've done it, and I messed around with rotate triggers and stuff like that. So to make it actually do exactly that, it looks kind of weird, but that's what I did to make the axes for fractured flames. How to make them move and stuff like that. So that's what that's I guess the session. Just wanted to polish some parts because I know some of them just looked really poor last session. It was really just the only good part was the spider part. Which legit looks like something I'd see in like the Magic tab or something. It looks like a rated part. Like it literally looks like something I'd see straight up like a rated level. So, which is cool. No, because I will admit that does look good and it looks pretty clean too. So, but anyways, I'm done. I'm gonna go play. I have no idea. Great. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. Um, Definitely not Pepsi one. I want to wait until tomorrow for that one. Also, because I might do a collab soon. Um, it obviously will not be on my single player world. It will be a separate world. And we will probably do like a 3 hour session. It depends. But we'll see. It's with two other YouTubers. And they've been wanting to do it. And I'm like, oh, absolutely. Because they're into Pokemon and Minecraft. So I showed them the mod. They're like, oh my gosh, I so want to play. I'm like, it's good. It's addicting. I played that thing for hours. It's so good. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one and goodbye.